Hello, my name is Ben.
And my name is Josh.
And welcome back to FPL Graduates.
So yeah, it's episode 11 of FPL Fridays. Today we have Owen on. Say hello to everyone.
Everyone.
So, how are you best known? We obviously know you. Where do we know you from?
TikTok, Mills.ie. I'm assuming it's been in the link in the description.
Yeah, in the description. So, as you can see, you're a Liverpool fan. Why do you support Liverpool?
Well, growing up in Ireland originally, before I moved over to England, my dad was actually from England. So he grew up watching John Barnes on the telly, and that's why he supported Liverpool. Probably a glory hunter, but we'll leave that bit out for the time being. So I really had no choice, to be honest, because my dad made me be a Liverpool fan. The first memory I have of Liverpool was going to a match. I went to Liverpool versus Oldham in the FA Cup and we won 5-1. I watched the highlights before and there were some crackers in there.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Is it the first Liverpool fan we've had on?
I think it
might
is.
be. It might be. Now, in terms of Liverpool FPL assets, where are we thinking in terms of these assets? Because there's obviously a lot of injuries. Who are the best players from Liverpool to get into your FPL team at the moment?
Well, at the moment, probably I think Mane is a mainstay in the squad, and he's obviously one of our, well, probably arguably our best attacker. So if you want to get him in, I wouldn't say no, but I'd be a bit cautious because we've just been up and down with the people that have been starting in attack, the way we've been shaped going forward. I think Jota obviously would be great. He's been on great form. We'll have to see how he is coming back from the international break. I think a little cheeky one could be Shaqiri though for the upcoming few games. I think he has definitely earned his right to start in the number 10 position in a 4-2-3-1. I think he could be a talisman for us for the next few weeks with everyone out.
Very interesting. A big differential that is Shaqiri. I'm not sure, but we have to wait and see.
He looks like a committed player, definitely. So he could be one that comes in, really wants to stake his claim in the team, and who knows, it might happen.
So, FPL, how did you do? Obviously, it's been international break, but how did you do in the last game week that was played?
Well, the average was obviously 55. I got 61. I mean, you can't really complain. It's just above. I think obviously you had the main hitters, Kane, Mane. I mean, not Salah, Kane, Salah. Chilwell got a few decent points for me, but obviously he's out again. Lloris got a clean sheet. Not much to shout about, but we're hoping for better things next week.
Yeah, so not bad. 61 is definitely respectable. Who are you looking to bring in? Because obviously there's been so many injuries. Like you had mentioned, Chilwell, he might be back, he might not be. So who have you made any transfers yet? What are you doing in terms of that?
I made 3 transfers.
Cool.
-4. I had a transfer spare, so I took a -4. So I brought in Gaeta from Crystal Palace because I'm not confident in Spurs' defence. And I think, am I wrong in saying that they've got a few hard fixtures coming up?
Yeah, they've got a very difficult run. Man City's this weekend.
Brought in Bruno because I think, he's bound to score a few penalties every now and again. So bring him in, get a few decent points for the team. And then I've brought in Patrick Van Aanholt in defence. So that was going to be one of my differentials this week.
I really like that bit because he's obviously injured at the start of the season. Since he's come in, no defender has created more chances than Patrick Van Aanholt. So obviously the underlying stats are there. And possibly if people are looking at stats across the whole season, he's the one that's just going to be hidden away. A little gem maybe. So I'm liking that pick, definitely. It is time for my favourite segment of the week. It is Test Your Guess. Josh, give us the rules.
So this is pretty standard. If you've watched this, you'll know it by now. We have about 12 questions, but we have a 60-second timer. In the 60 seconds, Owen has to answer as many questions as he can correctly about Liverpool. Ben, take it away.
Well, yeah, let's see how Owen's feeling. Are you feeling confident? Obviously, the top scorers are 7. The bottom has been Lewis, again with 2 points. We're going to mention that every week because he lost that. He got 2 points. How do you think you're going to fare in this little quiz?
As long as I beat 2, I'm pretty safe, but I'm aiming for about 5.
3, 2, 1, go. How much is Mo Salah on FPL at the time of recording?
12.3.
Correct. Which Liverpool defender has the most FPL points so far?
Robertson.
Correct. How many clean sheets have Liverpool kept so far this season?
Premier League, 1.
Correct. How many goals has Sadio Mane scored in the Premier League so far this season?
3.
4. One current LFC player is in the top 5 all-time Premier League appearances for the club. Who is it?
James Milner.
Henderson. Liverpool beat Spurs 2-0 in the Champions League final. Which European city was this game played in?
Madrid.
Correct. Who scored the most FPL points in Liverpool's 1-1 draw with City last game week?
Salah.
Correct. Who has the most assists in the Premier League for Liverpool this season?
Trent.
Incorrect. Van Dijk is Liverpool's record signing, but who is the second most expensive signing of all time for Liverpool?
Alisson.
Time. Yeah, we'll give him that. The question started before the minute ended.
Okay.
That was a very good run.
That was a good run. Right, the scores are counted up, and wow, 6 points.
So close.
So close to winning with this. Who's top with 7 points? I think we say this every week.
Who was it now?
Was it? It might have been.
Let me have a look.
It might have been Johnny. I'm not.
I know it's Lewington. I think.
Was it Lewington?
I think so.
Lewington got 7.
I think so. We have to double
We'll have
check.
to verify
I'll
that.
have it on the screen.
We'll have it on the screen, but little thing that shows us.
How you feeling, Owen?
I'm kicking myself, to be honest. I should have got the Mane one. And I should have got the Henderson one as well. But we move. I'll get them next time.
That was good. No, it was definitely a good effort.
It is big pressure coming on doing this quiz, and it's becoming famous for testing people, and people crumble under the pressure. So we'll move.
So moving on to the next segment of this video, we're looking at the captain of the week. We have obviously last week's nominee, Glenn. He put Aubameyang, so that will still be on there. And then Owen, who are you picking this week for your captain?
Captain this week, I'm going to have to go for Bruno. West Brom looks shaky, so I'll back anyone against West Brom, to be honest. And it's Bruno, isn't it? Like, there's going to be some West Brom players just going to get a footy. I'm fancying Ivanovic, maybe to headbutt someone. He'll get a penalty. And then Bruno will slot it away as he does.
So Bruno Fernandes.
It's a big call. But looking at the leaderboard, people who have picked Bruno haven't fared well.
Yeah, it's famous, our board, that if you pick Bruno on this board, he does blank. It's a well-known fact.
So we'll put you down there. Hopefully, by the end of the game week, you won't still be there. What sort of score are you hoping for from Bruno this week?
Anything 10 plus, I'm thinking. 10 plus, I'll be happy with.
It's a single return. I reckon he definitely could do it. Like, West Brom as a fixture is really good, but
it does depend whether they get the early goal.
Yeah, Man United, when Man United have scored this season, other than against Crystal Palace, Bruno has been involved, so it's a good pick. Right, so we're going to pick our captains this week. So Ben, who are you going for?
Well, I'm in crisis mode again in FPL, and really struggling to work out what captain I want to go with. Still ahead of Josh, but
3 points.
The captain who I think I'm going to go for this week, and it's most likely, and could change, I could change it, but I'm thinking Dominic Calvert-Lewin away at Fulham. I know Fulham have improved defensively throughout the season under Scott Park, and we've seen West Ham struggle to break them down, who have been great this season. But Everton back to full strength with James back to full fitness. Dominic Calvert-Lewin in there. I think he could be a really big aerial presence against this Fulham side who don't tend to defend crosses too well. So it could be a really good pick, although I'm still not confident about it. Thinking about transferring Bruno, maybe captaining him. Could even captain Harry Kane against City because there might be a penalty in that. But for now, it's going to be Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, interesting pick. Obviously, Richarlison may be back. He's definitely back from suspension, but apparently he's picked up a knock with Brazil, so it's all touch and go there. Imagine my shock, another injury. But my pick this week's probably going to be Jamie Vardy. I think he's edging it for me over Bruno. I just don't fancy Man United at home against West Brom. West Brom's going to sit back and defend all game. United have failed to win at home yet this season, so it's a bit sketchy, and as a United fan I can see what would happen already, and a double L in that situation is not what I want. So Jamie Vardy away at Liverpool, lots of defensive issues for them. Vardy loves goals against the top 6, so I can imagine and see him returning.
It is time for differential of the week, the ones to watch segment as we like to call it, and we're looking at players who are under 10% owned And maybe thinking about getting in the teams maybe, but it's ones that you should keep an eye out on. Owen, we'll go to you first. Who is your differential of the week?
Coming in at a 0.6 ownership rate, we're going to go with Patrick Van Aanholt. I think he's creating a lot of chances. He's come back from injury. I don't think a lot of people are going to be having their eye on him. But his next 3 fixtures, he's got Burnley away, Newcastle at home and West Brom away. I think he's going to be a good pick for the next few weeks. I think he will start with Tyrick Mitchell, even though Mitchell has impressed. I think Van Aanholt just offers that bit much going forward on the counter that Crystal Palace like to play. I think he could be a massive differential for the next few weeks.
Yeah, I'm liking that one. As I already said, it's a good pick. Josh, who are you going for your differential?
For me, this is crazy to me how he's actually a differential. He's on like 10.2% ownership, so I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Sadio Mane, in that Liverpool team, he's like the only real attacking asset that we know will be playing in that game. He's at 12 million. I think now Salah's definitely out for the Leicester game. It's definitely warranted if you're on a wild card, maybe to bring him in for the time that he's Salah's out. Because if Liverpool do anything, it's got to be through Sadio Mane, and he's just renowned for scoring goals, isn't he?
Yeah, well, it is a really interesting differential, and the fact that he's so low owned, I can see his ownership really going up.
Yeah, definitely.
If he gets a goal so in this next week. But my differential of the week is another crazy one, 7.4% owned, Ollie Watkins of Aston Villa. Now we all know what he did to Arsenal, he scored the 2 goals, and his next 3 fixtures are Brighton at home, West Ham away and Newcastle at home. He could do some serious damage against those teams.
Definitely, him and Jack Grealish, they've got a good little partnership going on. Aston Villa in general, they've kept one of the lowest clean sheets in the league, well, lowest goals conceded in the league this season, most clean sheets. So as a team in general, you need to look at Aston Villa and get some of their assets in because they're looking really good.
Definitely.
Okay, so we usually do a fixture rundown in this part of the episode, but we did it last week and obviously the fixtures haven't been played. So we're going to talk about the injuries and the players available for this week. So there's been so many injuries over this international break, haven't there?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this many injuries in an international break for a long while. It seems to be constant every game. Every day there's an update on new players being injured, and it's not just the low ownership players, it's players who are important in a lot of FPL teams.
Yeah, the key players, we've got the likes of Salah, we've got Chilwell, loads of players, Richarlison. So Owen, give us a talk about maybe some of the Liverpool players that are out, how long they're out for. Tell us.
During the international break, obviously we had Salah come down with COVID-19. He should be back for next week's game. Although he has tested positive again, so we'll see about that. Joe Gomez, on it, they're saying 6 months he's out for. And the reports I've been hearing haven't said 6 months, so we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think anyone knows for sure what's wrong with him, although it was a knee tendon injury, so it's not any ligament damage, which is sort of good news. Robertson should be back. Henderson is confident to be starting against Leicester, so Robertson and Henderson, I won't worry about them too much. Trent's ahead of schedule, so he should be back within the next sort of 2 weeks. And then obviously you've got Thiago coming back pretty soon. I don't think he's going to play against Leicester, but he could be in the mix for a starting place, maybe on the bench, maybe coming off like we saw against Chelsea. And then Fabinho should be back for the Leicester game as well. And Reece Williams as well.
That is a crazy amount of injuries for one team. In terms of FPL, which players have become injured and sort of affected your team?
My bench for my FPL team is just full of injuries. There's 3 injuries. I've got Fabry, the Fulham goalkeeper. He's the only one that's not injured on my bench right now. We've got Salah, obviously COVID, she'll be back next week. Got Chilwell, but there's a lot of if-buts and maybes going around for Chilwell, but we'll see what happens with him, and then Brewster as well.
Yeah, it's literally mind-boggling how many people have got injured this week. There's like so many COVID tests, especially now players are coming back from international break. Like I know 2 of Arsenal defenders got COVID. Like so many players, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're all right because your team doesn't have any injuries.
I'm wildcarded. I left it for the right.
My team at the moment, the injuries are looking like this. Salah is not playing next week. He's going to be transferred out because I can't be having that much money sitting on my bench, really. Brewster picked up a knock in the England under-21s game. It looked like quite a painful one. Not too sure on the outcome of that one. And Mitchell, he was already injured before the international break. Still not sure when he's returning, but hoping it's not too long. But it's all right because it's only worth 4.1 million, so it's not too much wasted on my bench. But it's still a lot of injuries in my FPL team, and basically a couple of fires to put out. I'll have to take a -4 to do so.
Yeah, it's interesting because a lot of people before the international break were looking to take out like Harry Kane and Son, but it appears so far that they've managed to not be injured. So just having fit players for the week ahead is kind of a bonus now.
That wraps up another video of FPL Fridays. We hope you have enjoyed. Owen, thank you for coming on. I hope it's been a pleasure for you.
It's been a pleasure, lads, honestly. You can get out my TikTok, Mills.ie, Instagram's in the bio, and then Twitter as well, so it's all Mills.ie.
Yeah, we'll plug everything in the description that you need to know. He does produce some good content, as
Yeah,
he
he
said.
does, definitely. So that's been it, hasn't it? Another Friday done.
Yeah, make sure to like the video, comment, share it about all that good stuff. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. We've got a new Instagram, haven't we?
Go check it out.
Yeah, I've been Ben.
I've been Josh.
Been Owen.
And we'll see you
later.